Good morning and welcome to Thursday. I don't know what time I got up or woke up this morning, but I did hear the dawn chorus. I have managed to watch the last 3 episodes of Mallory Towers, and it's not yet breakfast time. I think the time's about 20 to 9, quarter to 9. For me, that's kind of early. Yesterday I was saying I didn't know quite what I thought of Mallory Towers, but obviously I thought enough of it to watch the last 3 episodes today and to have binge watched the whole series of 13 episodes over the space of 2 days. I mean, each episode is only half an hour long, which makes it a lot easier. I don't think they've massively stuck to the books. There's quite a bit in there that I think is made up for the purposes of this television series rather than for the books. There is the underlying... it's not an underlying current, but every so often there are these questions and sort of comments about how women can do anything, and comments about women choosing family and husbands versus having a career that are just subtly dropped in every so often, which I like. And I think overall the programme just captures the giddiness of being a teenage girl, and that whole best friends, worst enemies, falling in, falling out, female friendship kind of thing. That's the thing I think it really gets on the nose. Definitely recommended. I'm not sure what today's going to bring. I mean, a clean hoodie. I have a clean hoodie, a new hoodie on. But apart from that, anybody's guess. And it's vitamin D time again. Not as windy as it was, yesterday, day before? I've lost count. There's something hovering. Quite possibly a hoverfly that I was trying to capture on video but couldn't because my video's a bit amateur. But it's just gorgeous weather here. Absolutely gorgeous. I might even end up with a suntan by the end of today. So, if you have followed KonMari and you've read her book or know anything about her decluttering process, you'll know she says to have an escape route for all the things that you've decided that you no longer want to keep. The idea being that if you don't get rid of them as soon as you decide you don't want them, you then risk having them in the flat or in the house, and you look at them and go, well, actually that's quite nice after all, and actually I might keep this, and actually I might just take that back, and all the stuff that you've got rid of then slowly comes back into your house. So where we are at the moment with this whole social isolation seems a perfect time to be decluttering the flat. Sorry, more insects. However, the recycling may or may not be taken. So far it has been, but that's not a guarantee. The charity shop where we normally donate stuff is closed, so we can't donate stuff there, and I don't want to be posting stuff which is non-urgent, particularly. So those are my escape routes, as it were, all closed. And we also need to clear out the garden. It's only a little garden space, but we do need to sort it out. And the first thing I needed to do was to get rid of all of the garden waste that we've acquired from cutting down trees and bits and pieces in the autumn. However, yesterday, day before, our local council on their social media have asked that people don't light bonfires at this current time because COVID-19 is a respiratory disease. They don't want bonfires and smoke risking making things worse for people. So my final escape route, as it were, has also been closed off. And I totally understand it, absolutely support it, but it's really frustrating that the one thing I wanted to do, I now can't. And in weather like this, I'd much rather be outside in the garden than I would upstairs in the flat. Such is. Yeah, not many bees that I can see today around the blue flowers. But what I did see is a caterpillar, and somewhere there's a ladybird.
This is our magnolia tree, also attended by bees. I never crossed my mind to ask until relatively recently why the colour magnolia is so insipid and neutral, when actually magnolia trees have got such a gorgeous shade of pink. And this is the stuff I needed to burn. All of this is the stuff I needed to burn. So this here is one of our old recycling boxes that is no longer used. That's been commandeered as a wood box because it's got the lid. So everything inside we have is to be burnt or to get rid of, is kept dry. Quite useful over the winter.
It looks like I've switched on just in time for the Channel 5 movie. A Bride's Revenge. As a bride-to-be plans her perfect dream wedding, she finds herself stalked by an eerie and dangerous veiled bride who seems determined to make sure that the wedding never takes too many toilet rolls from the supermarket shelf. Maybe? Amazon have made a whole load of books free, mostly classics, and yesterday I went online to acquire some, but because my Kindle battery was flat, I haven't actually updated, so I thought it might be funny to switch the Kindle on now and watch it update, because when I do things, I don't do them by halves. Oh, wait, this is the point which I realise I can't actually remember how it switches on. I thought it was this one at the side. No, it's not. It's in the... It's that one in the base, isn't it? Oh, for heaven's sakes. That's a bit of a switch. I was expecting to see it physically update. But no. That's all new. 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 And almost all of that's new as well. Basically, I was just trying to do something very clever with the mirror because I was bored of standing up against the door and talking to my phone. However, it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but I did end up talking to my kitchen, not my kitchen cupboard, my bathroom cupboard. So if you want a clue on how lockdown is going for me, that's how we are. We're at the stage where I am talking to the bathroom cupboard. Gotta love it. Got to love it. So after talking to you earlier today, I fell asleep. I didn't mean to, but I did. And I woke up feeling quite cold, which I think meant that I was quite heavily asleep. I've done some more editing because there's always enough editing to do. I mean, the only thing there is more of in isolation than editing is hand washing. I was watching the Stranded podcast whilst the current video is not downloading, but going from being a project to an actual MP4 file. And I thought, well, that's all right. I'll just watch the rest of
this particular podcast while the video is downloading and sorting itself out, coding or whatever it does. And by the time the podcast finished, the video was about 36% through. As I said, that didn't work. Not sure what tomorrow brings. Oh, tomorrow is Good Friday, so there will be fish and chips or vegetarian equivalent of fish for dinner tomorrow, I hope. There was something else there that I was going to share, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it was. Oh, I need to trim my fringe. That much is obvious. I was looking up either yesterday or today, and apparently for your fringe you need to trim up and not across. So I will have to investigate that. And that's Thursday.